evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the campus of Moorhead Senior High School for Minnesota High School Girls Soccer. The Lumberjacks of Bemidji High School and our Spuds of Moorhead Senior High School. The Spuds will be playing here on Calmrest Field at Jim Goda Stadium. And as always, we welcome the players, coaches, and fans from Bemidji. Special thanks to Sanford for their orthopedic and sports medicine coverage at all of our home Spud athletic contests this fall and winter season. Just a reminder, concession stands and restrooms are located at the west end of the main bleachers. Ladies and gentlemen, if at this time you all please rise and direct your attention toward the east end of Calmrest Field as we honor America with the flag of our national anthem. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starting lineups for both squads. First, for the visitors on the scoreboard, the Lumberjacks of Bemidji High School. Lumberjack starter number 2, Liberty Dickerson. Number 20, Rosie Latalia. Number 20, Sophia Morin. Number 7, Emma Newbeck.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome again to tonight's girls soccer broadcast here on Spuds TV as we bring you the Bemidji Lumberjacks against your Moorhead Spuds. I am Riley Swenson alongside Carter Castoris. Pleased to have you in the booth again.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, so just keep coming back.
And we bring you tonight's matchup between both these undefeated squads. We'll run you through the starting lineups. Bemidji will go with number 2, Liberty Dickerson, number 20, Rosie Laitala, number 28, Sophia Morin, number 7, Emma Newbeck, number 8, Peyton Ulrich, number 18, Lauren Berg, 22, Olivia Blomberg, 16, Ellie Bush, number 13, Addie Kelly, number 36, the goaltender, Jody Pemberton, and number 3, Maya Stone. And your Moorhead Spuds will go with the same starting lineup as they have for the first 5 games. We'll run you through it. And is number 3, Allie Peters, number 4, Sydney Tweeton, number 6, Summer Carlson, alongside number 8, Lila Stanley, number 10, Caden Sharp, number 12, Ellie Feeney, 13 is Maria Zanotti, number 14, Olivia Watson, number 15 is Chloe Strom, 16, Kate Casabud, and in net, as always, for the Spuds is number 20, Emily Sukup. So both these teams come into this matchup having yet to be beaten. Bemidji with a 3-0-1 record. They had one tie coming to Wilmer, but they have wins over both the St. Cloud teams. That is Apollo and Tech, both 2-1 victories for them there, and then picking up a win 5-0 last Saturday in Sauk Rapids against the Sauk Rapids Rice Storm. For Moorhead, they are 5-0, and they have been dominating opponents. They are outscoring them 53-0 so far. They won their opener 17-0, then followed by a pair of 12-0 victories, and then a pair of 6-0 victories after that brings them to their record of 5-0. We had the game for you last Friday on Spuds TV as they faced off against St. Cloud Tech. They were victorious in that one 6-0 as Maria Zanotti had 3 goals, Olivia Watson with 2, and Ella Watsky tacked on another, and we are underway from Jim Goda Stadium. That ball will be played back to Allie Peters. So we are set for this intriguing matchup tonight from Moorhead, Minnesota. 2 undefeated teams here in the first real test for this Moorhead Spud girls team as they've been rolling to start the season. I'm sure they are just as excited as we are to have a tough opponent in town tonight, and they'll see what they're made of. That's Ellie Feeney tossing it in to Chloe Strom, and she'll get it over to Sydney Tweeton. Tweeton upfield, she finds Maria Zanotti, and she passes over to Olivia Watson. Watson outside the box, she'll give it over to Sydney Tweeton. Tweeton has her pass deflected over to Maria Zanotti. Her left-footed shot is in past the goalie, and for a goal, Spuds lead 1-0.
Just like we saw last game, Moorhead's powerful offense and chemistry you can see up front between those 5 girls that were down there in that offense. Just the passing and then the final shot in by Maria Zanotti.
Using her left foot into the top left corner of the net there. Picking up right where she left off last game, and she had 3 goals last game, and now not even a minute into the game, your Spuds lead 1-0 on the Bell Bank scoreboard. That's been a common theme this year for Moorhead, getting off to an early lead and never looking back. That pass will be too strong, and Moorhead will just let it roll out of bounds, and it will be a goal kick for the Spuds. A windy night here at Jim Goda Stadium. Another 5 o'clock start time, a little earlier than our normal 7 o'clock on this Monday night. Stanley's pass is deflected there and tapped off of Chloe Strom, and now it's Maya Stone. One pass is intercepted by Ellie Feeney along the near sideline, but taken away by Lauren Berg. That's Maya Stone now along the far sideline. She'll give it back to her teammate, Ellie Bush. That pass will be taken in by Chloe Strom. And now that'll be sent down the field and chased after by Feeney along with Ellie Bush, and that will roll out of bounds. That will be a goal kick for Emily Sukup. Sukup's goal kick out near midfield. Now will be Maria Zanotti. Zanotti makes a move and passes over to Sydney Tweeton. Tweeton gives back to Chloe Strom. And Strom's pass deflected there, now sent all the way back to Summer Carlson. Carlson makes a move around a defender, and she looks for Chloe Strom, but her pass is too strong. And that will be tracked down by Bemidji's Rosie Laitala. And now that'll be a foul on Moorhead and be a free kick for Bemidji.
Well, the pass was a little bit too strong off of Summer Carlson's foot. That was a great move to slip around that defender that was pressuring her almost consistently.
Peyton Ulrich there to take the free kick for Bemidji, and she'll send it into the box, and they'll get through everyone, and a leaping Emily Sukup is there. And she is run into by a Bemidji forward in the box, and that will be ruled a foul on Bemidji. And Sukup will take the free kick and get it out near midfield. Maria Zanotti plays it off her head there, and she keeps it in bounds, fending off Bemidji's Lauren Berg. Now played back to Sydney Tweeton over to Kate Casabud. That pass is deflected, and now it'll be Strom again, settling it down for the Spuds. Her pass is deflected near midfield there again. That was Bemidji's Addie Kelly with that pass deflection. Now roll out of bounds and be a throw-in for the Spuds. That's Caden Sharp in the middle of the field for Moorhead. She dribbles it up and gives off to Olivia Watson. Watson makes a move, and she's just outside the box now. She will carry it in for the Spuds. She settles it down there and looking for Zanotti in the middle of the field, but that pass is deflected and now kicked out, and that will be taken in by all the way back to Summer Carlson. Carlson's pass intercepted there. That's Liberty Dickerson. Summer Carlson passing it over to Lila Stanley. She tries to get it out, and that will be ruled a handball off of Bemidji's Rosie Laitala. So Lila Stanley will take the free kick for the Spuds. She gets it up to Chloe Strom, but Strom being pressured right there by Liberty Dickerson. Dickerson, one of the 5 seniors on this Bemidji roster, all 5 of them in the starting lineup tonight. And they have 12 juniors on the roster as well, along with 4 sophomores. So this undefeated team will look to continue their success next year with lots of young girls on the team. But right now, nonetheless, they're 3-0 and looking for another win tonight in Moorhead as the Spuds lead 1-0. And that early goal from Maria Zanotti. Now it'll be Liberty Dickerson for the Lumberjacks. And she'll pass it all the way over to Rosie Laitala. Dickerson's pass intercepted there by Ellie Feeney, and that'll be kicked out of bounds by Laitala, and Feeney will take the throw-in.
As you've seen with this game, just the back and forth action. Both defenses are reading both the plays and the passes very well to prevent the offensive firepower from both Moorhead and Bemidji to get any chances on net.
Watson's pass over there to Kate Costa, but a good scoring chance there. Now will be deflected off of Bemidji's goalie, Jody Pemberton, and Moorhead will take the Moorhead Dental Associates corner kick. As we play now just over 6 minutes into the game, Moorhead getting that early goal. Now they lead 1-0. Zanotti lines up the corner kick. She'll fire it into the box off the foot of Olivia Watson, but then deflected there by Olivia Blomberg. And that'll be out to Allie Peters. She passes back to Olivia Watson. Now Caden Sharp for the Spuds gives up to Maria Zanotti. That pass is too strong. Will be knocked out of bounds there by Ellie Bush. Knocked it out off of Maria Zanotti, and so it'll be a Lumberjack throw-in. Summer Carlson up from her defensive spot to intercept the pass there and give it off to Chloe Strom, but Strom has it taken off of her feet by Addie Kelly, and now Lila Stanley will track it down and give back to Emily Sukup. Sukup's pass gets it away to Ellie Feeney. Her pass looking for Strom, but now it'll be Bemidji's Liberty Dickerson, and she gives off to Lauren Berg, and now back to Dickerson. Dickerson's pass is intercepted there by Summer Carlson, and she'll give it up to Maria Zanotti. Zanotti with a long stretch pass looking for Olivia Watson. And Watson has it taken away there, kicked out of bounds. That is the Lumberjacks' Rosie Laitala back from her defensive spot. She's playing on the near sideline. It was Blomberg and Laitala there for the Lumberjacks. Take it away from Watson and boot it out the end line for another Moorhead Dental Associates corner kick.
In Moorhead, much like last week with both the boys and the girls, they're just relying on those strong stretch passes up the sidelines and using their forward speed and bursting right around the defense.
That corner kick is scooped up there by Jody Pemberton out of her net. She will take it out of the air and punt it out. And now it'll be Ellie Feeney. Feeney trying to get it by Dickerson, but she's right there, and she tries to play it upfield to Peyton Ulrich, but it'll roll out of bounds and be a throw-in for the Lumberjacks. As you had mentioned, a lot of long passes for the Spuds, getting their forwards in behind the defenders. That was a particularly long one by Zanotti there. She got a lot of air under it. Was looking for Watson, but a nice defensive play there by the Lumberjacks to force that corner kick, and eventually the chance stopped by the goaltender. Now that ball roll out of bounds for a Lumberjack throw-in. So after that fast start for the Spuds, as they lead 1-0, game slowing down a little bit here, is being played a lot near midfield as both teams trying to create chances for themselves from the midfield area. Now that'll be the Lumberjacks' Rosie Laitala. She gets it out near midfield, deflected there by Caden Sharp. Sharp has it again. She looks for Sydney Tweedum. That pass too strong, kicked away there by Blomberg. And now Zanotti gives up to Olivia Watson. Watson trying to make a move to get by the defender, and she finds Chloe Strom. Strom settles it down and turns back, looking for Maria Zanotti. That pass offline. Now it'll be Olivia Watson again. She'll take it out back towards midfield and give off to Caden Sharp. Blomberg's pass deflected there off of Sharp, and now it'll be Watson again, as her shot from outside the box is saved by Jody Pemberton.
Even early in this game, with just over 10 minutes being played here in this first half, Jody Pemberton's already been tested 4 or 5 times, and she's held strong every single time.
Yeah, aside from that first goal, she's been playing a nice game, and as you saw there, Watson's shot, but she was right there to make the save. Moorhead just looking to get something on net to start the game here and get lots of anything moving towards the net. As we play 10 minutes into this first half, your Spuds leading 1-0. Chloe Strom gives back to Summer Carlson. Carlson gets it upfield, and that'll be taken away there by the Lumberjacks, but taken right back by Sydney Tweeten. She goes over to Kate Casabud. Casabud along the far sideline. She gets it to the middle of the field, but that'll be worked up the sideline to Lauren Berg. That'll be now out of bounds. And that'll be a Moorhead Spud throw-in. Now it's given off to Sydney Tweeten, and she looks for Olivia Watson, but her pass is deflected there. Now Summer Carlson will make the defensive play for the Spuds and give it up to Kate Casabud. Casabud back to Allie Peters. Her pass is deflected by Addie Kelly. Now Casabud along the far sideline. She gets it back for the Spuds, but Addie Kelly is right there to boot it towards the middle of the field, and now it's Maria Zanotti. Zanotti makes a move to get by a defender. She carries it into the box now. She'll settle it down. Her left-footed shot is off the goaltender Pemberton and saved there. A nice play there by Maria Zanotti to carry it into the box, but Pemberton closes the door from that scoring chance for the Spuds. The Spuds trying to regroup, but Bemidji will take possession, as that's Liberty Dickerson with it now for the Lumberjacks. Her pass will be too strong as she's looking for Ellie Bush along the sideline. It'll roll out of bounds and be a Moorhead Spud throw-in. That throw-in will be into Caden Sharp, and she'll play it on the sideline, but it'll be ruled out of bounds there by the referee. NBA throw-in for the Lumberjacks.
After Maria Zanotti's first goal, less than a minute into this game, it's been a pretty defensive game. Other than that, with a couple of good Moorhead chances with those streaking forwards and that chemistry down low in the 18-yard box, but Pemberton and the Lumberjacks defense has stood up to everything that Moorhead's thrown at them so far.
Yeah, it's been a very evenly played match. Aside from that one goal, Moorhead's Emily Sukup having to come out and make a couple saves from her goalie position, something she hasn't really been forced to do yet this year. That'll be Lauren Berg along the sideline there in the corner, and she passes into the box, but deflected there off Caden Sharp, and now fired out to Addie Kelly. That shot is too wide, and that will be out of bounds for a goal kick. So a good chance there for the Lumberjacks applying some pressure, but it'll roll out of bounds, and the Spuds will take the goal kick. In now for the Spuds is number 18, Haley Clem. She will replace Sydney Tweeten. And on the field for the Lumberjacks now is Mara Bitter. Clem gives it back to Summer Carlson. She makes a move there. She looks for Zanotti, and that will be Chloe Strom, but taken off her foot by Berg. And now given up to Allie Peters. She looked for Maria Zanotti, but it was Mara Bitter there, and now played back to Liberty Dickerson. Dickerson passes over to Berg. Defended there by Feeney. Berg gives back to Dickerson, and now she gives it out from the middle of the field, and that's Berg who taps it through a couple Moorhead defenders, but Sukup is there to scoop it up. And that plays off the head of Lumberjacks' Maya Stone, and off the foot of Casabud, and out of the middle of the field taken in by Maria Zanotti. Now that pass will be past Haley Clem. She will track it down, but intercepted there by Lumberjacks. That'll be along the end line there. That'll be a goal kick for Emily Sukup. Sukup's goal kick was played out to her defender, Ellie Feeney. Now that's Lauren Berg up to make the play for the Lumberjacks as Lila Stanley plays it there. And a Spud and a Lumberjack run into each other. Now it's Berg again. And now Liberty Dickerson. Dickerson to the middle of the field. Now into the box, and that'll be back there, and a sliding Chloe Strom, and that shot will be saved there by Emily Sukup. So the Lumberjacks getting some good chances there. But Sukup will boot it out towards midfield. And the Spuds will regroup defensively, as now it's Olivia Watson. Defended there by Lauren Berg, and that'll be tapped out of bounds and be a Spud throw-in.
As you just saw down on that Bemidji offensive zone, both Berg, Dickerson, and a host of Bemidji Lumberjacks are able to put some pretty good offensive pressure on this Moorhead defense and really testing them for one of the first times this game.
And that pass from Dickerson will be too strong and out the end line for a Moorhead goal kick. But as you said, something we haven't seen a lot of is Moorhead being pressured and given a little bit of a run for their money down there in the box. But Sukup is there to make the save. Now Sukup will set up to take the goal kick for the Spuds. As Bemidji has a lot of momentum right now, and they would like to tie this game here and get on the board. Something the Spuds haven't done all year is let the other team score. But Bemidji looks poised to do that in this one. That ball will be out of bounds off a Lumberjack. And Ellie Feeney will take the throw in for the Spuds. Feeney's throw-in looking for Olivia Watson as she fought off Lauren Berg. And now it'll be Liberty Dickerson. Her pass will be intercepted there by Caden Sharp. And now it's Kate Casabud. She plays back to Haley Clem. Clem plays all the way back to goaltender Emily Sukup. Her pass off the head of Liberty Dickerson. And now Ellie Feeney from the seat of her pants gives it off to Maria Zanotti. Zanotti with speed will take it up near midfield, and she'll play it through as Watson tries to track it down. But a nice play is made there by Bemidji's Emma Newbeck. She plays in the middle of that Bemidji defense. She was there to track it down, send it out of bounds, and that pass played over there to Caden Sharp. Kicked away there by Sophia Morin, and now Lila Stanley sends it back in. And Pemberton will take it in off a hop. And she will punt it out near midfield. That will roll by a couple of Lumberjacks and taken off the shoulder of Ellie Feeney as now Chloe Strom finds Caden Sharp, but her pass intercepted there by Newbeck. Now it'll be Haley Clem who taps it up to Kate Casabud. Casabud looking upfield for Allie Peters. And Peters' pass is deflected there again by Newbeck. Now will be rolled out of bounds for a Moorhead Spud throw-in. Throw into Kate Casabud, played back to Caden Sharp off the foot of Maria Zanotti. And Zanotti will get it back and find Chloe Strom. Now it's Haley Clem along that far sideline. She finds Allie Peters. Peters defended there by Mara Bitter. That'll be rolled out to Sophia Morin. Morin cuts towards the middle of the field, and she'll find Emma Wright. Back to Morin outside the box. Morin gives back to Liberty Dickerson. Her shot will be too wide, and another Moorhead goal kick.
As you can see there, Bemidji's got the same caliber of team chemistry as Moorhead, as we've seen Moorhead, have in these first games of the season, and just the opportunities that they can create.
Yeah, it's fun to see this Moorhead team be challenged a little bit in this game, as it's been a pretty evenly matched game so far, as we are over the halfway point here in this first half. Their Moorhead Spuds leading 1-0 on the Bellbank scoreboard after that early goal by Maria Zanotti. Allie Peters fights for it now, and now it's Mara Bitter. Taken away there by Caden Sharp. She looks for Olivia Watson, and now it's Chloe Strom. That'll be booted into the air by Newbeck and played off by Maria Zanotti. Now it's Ellie Feeney, and her pass up the field will be kicked back in by Rosie Latala. Now it'll be Caden Sharp. She plays it off a bounce and off the head of Kate Casabud. Now it's Mara Bitter. That played off of Emma Wright. Now Casabud again along the far sideline. She'll slow it down and speed it back up now. She crosses midfield. That will be Ellie Bush there, and her pass deflected off of Kate Casabud and out of bounds. The Lumberjacks will take a throw in, as in for the Spuds, number 9, Haley Bedford, and number 19, Ella Rice. Throw in played into Addie Kelly, and taken away there by the Spuds, Maria Zanotti. Zanotti's pass looking for a breaking Olivia Watson. She's in all alone, and she sneaks it past the goaltender, and that will roll in for a Moorhead Spud goal. A nice play there, as the dynamic duo of Zanotti and Watson hooks up for another goal, as Zanotti fired it through the Lumberjack defense, and Watson was in all alone in her right-footed shot. Tapped it past the goaltender, Jody Pemberton there. And that brings our score to 2-0 here on the Bellbank scoreboard. Into the game now will be Anna Wren for the Lumberjacks, as she plays it right there, and that'll be Lila Stanley. So Bemidji seeming to control the game there for a long time, as they had plenty of chances in the Moorhead end, but just one strike of lightning there for the Spuds, as Zanotti got it up to Watson in past the defenders. She slipped it past the goaltender, and that brings our score to 2-0. Got to be disheartening for the Lumberjacks. They work so hard to get those chances, and Moorhead extends their lead with one swift pass and a shot. And we play on here 2-0, as Zanotti has it again, looking for Watson again outside the box. She now finds Allie Peters. Peters' pass deflected by Blomberg there, and she'll find Watson again, and she gives it over to that is Haley Bedford. Bedford finds Caden Sharp. Now she's looking for Peters again. That'll be fired out to Haley Clem. Clem over to Summer Carlson. And now that'll be Liberty Dickerson with it for the Lumberjacks. She'll give off along that far sideline. Now it's Josie Aitken. Caden Sharp there to back from her midfield spot to tap it out of bounds for the Spuds. And the Lumberjacks will take a throw in. It's been an exciting match for you so far. Your Spuds leading 2-0, but definitely have been have been challenged here in this first half. Lumberjacks providing plenty of pressures. They're playing up to their record of 3-0-1, undefeated just as Moorhead is. Now it's Addie Kelly outside the box. Her shot is blocked there by Maria Zanotti, but they'll rule it off the arm of Zanotti, and so that'll be a handball. And the Lumberjacks will take a free kick just outside the box.
It's a great setup there from the Bemidji forwards and the midfielders there as they pass it around and end up getting a chance on net that will result in a goal kick, basically.
That will be the Lumberjacks' Peyton Ulrich there to line it up. Along that right hash mark there on the football field. Now the referee will move back the Moorhead defenders a couple yards. Ulrich steps into it, and her shot will be taken in there by Moorhead's Emily Sukup. So she got it past the wall of the Moorhead defenders, but couldn't get it past Sukup, and your score remains 2-0. Now that'll be played off of the Bemidji defender, Rosie Latala. Now that's Addie Kelly within the middle of the field. That's Maya Stone again, thereby Latala will knock it out of bounds.
As you just saw on that Bemidji Lumberjack free kick, Emily Sukup making the save, something she's been doing all year. She's been, again, solid all year, and this night's no different.
The Spuds have yet to allow a goal this year. They've been tested tonight, but haven't given one up. As that pass there given up to Watson there, and her shot will roll over the top of the net. So that was Emma Newbeck there for the Lumberjacks trying to get it out, and her pass was picked off by Watson. And the goalie there, Jody Pemberton, well out of her net, coming out to make the play. A quick turnover there. Watson tried to chip it over the goaltender into the net, but her shot was too high, and that will be out of bounds. And Newbeck will set up the goal kick for the Lumberjacks. A goal kick there deflected off of Allie Peters. Now play to the middle of the field for Maria Zanotti. Zanotti over to Ella Rice. And Rice will pass it over to Haley Bedford. Bedford splits a couple defenders and gets it off to Olivia Watson. Watson gives back to Rice. Now it's Maria Zanotti. Her left-footed shot there deflected. That's Blomberg on the deflection. Now it's out to Ellie Feeney. Feeney passes up to Olivia Watson. Watson had 3 defenders on her there, and now will bounce back out to Maria Zanotti. Now that pass intercepted there by Lila Stanley, but booted downfield by Maya Stone. That's Haley Clem fighting off of Josie Aitken along the far sideline. Now deflected there by Haley Bedford and taken in by Aitken. That'll be Maya Stone again, now in the middle of the field. That'll be Caden Sharp. It gives off to Ella Rice. Now taken away by Latala. And Ellie Feeney will watch it roll out of bounds. She will take a throw in. Feeney's throw in there for Lila Stanley and given right back to Feeney. Feeney's pass is intercepted there. Now to the middle of the field. That is Peyton Ulrich. Ulrich's left-footed shot will be taken in off a couple bounces by Sukup, and she will punt it away. And now that's over the head of Blomberg. Watson plays up to Allie Peters. Peters takes it away from Newbeck there. Now given back to Olivia Watson. Watson makes a move, and she dribbles towards the middle of the field. Watson passes back there to Maria Zanotti. Zanotti's left-footed pass there for Ella Rice, given off to Olivia Watson, and now fired out by Blomberg along the near sideline to Anna Wren. Wren makes a move past Feeney, and now she gives off to Ulrich. Ulrich into the box there and taken off the chest of Josie Aitken, and now roll under the edge of the box, defended there by Haley Clem. That ball will deflect off of Aitken, and now Clem will take the throw in for the Spuds. Into the game now for the Spuds will be number 5, Ella Watsky, number 15, Chloe Strom back on, as well as number 2, Haley Stordahl.
Moorhead, number 5, Ella Watsky, number 15, Chloe Strom, and number 2, Haley Stordahl.
Watsky with a goal in the Spuds' last contest, and she'll make her first appearance tonight. Now Clem's throw in. She looked for Caden Sharp. Now that's Watsky who fires it upfield and taken there by Newbeck, and now it's Strom fighting with Newbeck along the sideline, and Newbeck will just tap it out of bounds, and it'll be another throw in for Haley Clem and the Moorhead Spuds. As we are under the 10-minute mark here in the first half. Your Spuds leading 2-0 on a goal from each of the top 2 goal scorers in the state right now. Maria Zanotti with the first and Olivia Watson with the second. Now played upfield to Watson, and her shot is in, and a one-handed save there. Very nicely done by Jody Pemberton on that shot from Olivia Watson. Now deflect out of bounds for a Moorhead Dental Associates corner kick.
With the only exception being 2 great plays by Moorhead and some great chances. Pemberton's been solid all night, standing up to almost everything Moorhead's thrown right back at her.
Yeah, nice save there as Watson looked for her second of the game. But Pemberton there to close the door. And now Zanotti's corner kick in, playing off the feet of Strom, and now Newbeck has it, and she'll get out to Aitken. Now we played out to Haley Clem. Now it's Chloe Strom, played off of Dickerson. Now Strom gives back to Maria Zanotti, but that pass is too strong and will roll out of bounds. So Watson already with a goal tonight. That is her 29th on the season. Her state leading 29. Her next goal will be the 30th of the year as we play here just 6 games into the season for the Spuds. This game will get them over the halfway point of the season as they only have 11 games on the schedule this year. They've been perfect so far, 5-0. I'm sure would love to get over that halfway point in the year still unbeaten. That's Caden Sharp now. She plays up to Chloe Strom. Newbeck is there to fire it out towards midfield. Now Summer Carlson plays into the air. She's looking for Haley Stordahl, and now that'll be Ulrich up the field, taken away by Summer Carlson, and now Maria Zanotti. Zanotti fires over to Caden Sharp. And Sharp looking for Olivia Watson, deflected there by Blomberg, but Watson will take it in. Her shot is past the goalie, and another goal for Olivia Watson. The assist there coming to Caden Sharp as she passed it through the Bemidji defenders again. Watson fought off Blomberg along the back line there, and she fired it in for her second goal of the half to bring your Moorhead Spuds lead to 3-0 on the Bell Bank scoreboard.
As you said, with that pass by Caden Sharp, just a great play to chip it around the defenders for Olivia Watson to get her 30th of the season.
Now we were just talking about getting to that 30-goal mark, and it's almost like she could hear me say it, as now Spuds lead 3-0 with Watson, her second of the day, assisted by Sharp. And despite a well-played first half here by the Lumberjacks, they find themselves down 3-0 as we approach the end of this first half. Now it's Maria Zanotti looking upfield, taken away by Newbeck, and now Stordahl challenges her. Now kicked away by Ellie Feeney. Now be played back to Lila Stanley. Stanley has it poked away there by Berg. Berg outside the box, looking to the middle of the field. That'll be set up there, and that shot will be just wide. So a nice setup there from Berg as she fired it into the middle of the field. And that was Maya Stone just outside the 18-yard box, but her shot was wide to the left. That'll keep the Spuds lead at 3-0. Now it's Caden Sharp. She plays back to Lila Stanley, and Stanley's pass will roll out of bounds. The Lumberjacks will take a throw in. That throw in there will be played over to Ella Watsky. Watsky will get it upfield as Watson tries to fight off Blomberg, and now it's Chloe Strom. A nifty pass there from Watson behind her back, looking for Strom, but it'll be taken away there by Newbeck. Now out to Liberty Dickerson. Dickerson carries it past midfield, defended there by Haley Stordahl. Dickerson's pass deflected there by Ellie Feeney. She will get it over to midfield to Chloe Strom, and she'll find Ella Watsky. Watsky defended there. That's Isabel Grosby. And it'll be out of bounds off of her. And the Spuds will take a throw in, as into the game for the Spuds will be number 17, Grace Bernstrom. She will replace number 5, Ella Watsky.
Well, the scoreboard may show 3-0. This has been a very great offensive showing for the Bemidji Lumberjacks team. They just haven't seemed to found any holes so far in this Moorhead defense and goaltending.
Clem there to chase it down for the Spuds, and she'll play it up past midfield there. As Watson now will get past the Bemidji defender, and she is in all alone. Her shot again, in for another Moorhead Spud goal. As Watson fought off the defender there, got around her, and had just the goalie to beat. She shot it on the ground past the goalie Pemberton. And the Spuds get another one here just before the first half ends to extend that lead to 4-0.
As you just saw in that last goal, Olivia Watson using both her speed and her offensive playmaking ability to combine both of those abilities and get her another goal.
It's almost if the Bemidji defender that wasn't expecting Watson to come behind her there, but she was right there and took it off her feet and was in behind her. Had just the goalie to beat and did just that. She rolled it on the ground into the right bottom corner of the net for her third goal of the game. Numbers 29, 30, and 31 for Watson. As your Spuds now lead 4-0 in the first half. That's Strom in the box, but a bunch of Lumberjacks there to take it away. Now it'll be Grace Bernstrom over to Chloe Strom. We have an injured Lumberjack down in the box, and the referee will stop play.
Looked to be some contact there between Moorhead and the Lumberjacks in front of the goaltender, and as the trainer checks on her, find out if she's okay or not.
as the Bemidji defender makes her way back to her feet there, and she will slowly walk off the field. We will resume play here with 3:33 to play here in this first half. Your Spuds leading 4-0. The referee will drop it into Newbeck, and we are back underway here at Jim Goda Stadium. Lumberjacks and Spuds here as we approach the end of the first half. That ball will be played out near midfield. Defended there by Moorhead's Grace Bernstrom, and now Caden Sharp. Give it over to Bernstrom and back to Maria Zanotti. Now that'll be Liberty Dickerson. She'll find her teammate Maya Stone. Kicked out there by Caden Sharp, and now Haley Stordahl for the Spuds. Stordahl gives up to Watson, and she passes back to Strom. Strom looking back for Watson again, but Newbeck is there. And she will give it up. That is Peyton Ulrich along the near sideline here. Ellie Feeney defends her, and she gives up to Liberty Dickerson, defended by Lila Stanley. Dickerson brings it down near the corner, defended there by Stanley, and that will be out of bounds off of Lila Stanley. NBA throw-in for Dickerson. She gets it into Ulrich. Ulrich makes a move around Feeney, and her shot deflected there by Feeney. Played off the feet of Addie Kelly, and now it's Maria Zanotti with it for the Spuds. She approaches midfield looking for Olivia Watson, and pass will get by her. That'll be Newbeck fired out of bounds for the Lumberjacks, and the Spuds will take a throw-in.
2 minutes remaining in the first half of play.
Ellie Feeney up from her defensive spot to take the throw-in for the Spuds. So we are just under the 2-minute mark here from Moorhead High School. The Spuds leading 4-0 at the end of nearing the end of the first half here, and that pass will roll out of bounds and be another throw-in for Ellie Feeney and the Spuds. Feeney gets it into Olivia Watson, now Liberty Dickerson for the Lumberjacks. Dickerson crosses midfield. She'll find Lauren Berg. Berg in the middle of the field. Her pass will be intercepted there by Haley Clem. Fought off there by Sophia Morin, and now Caden Sharp will get it upfield looking for Chloe Strom. Blomberg in the middle of the field there. She'll get it up back to Berg. Defended there by Sharp, and now it's Stordahl for the Spuds, and she'll play it back to Carlson. Carlson had it deflected away there, but Lila Stanley there to kick it out. And that'll be a foul there on the Lumberjacks. Another decent scoring chance there for Bemidji, but it will result in a foul, and the Spuds will take the free kick from their own box.
Yeah, as you had mentioned, that great opportunity for the Lumberjacks as they came up and were moving it around behind the Moorhead defenders, and Moorhead just managed to get back just in time to prevent any sort of chance of a shot on net.
Now Zanotti plays it back to Stanley, and she'll give it back to Emily Sukup. Sukup's pass there. Summer Carlson, and now Sukup will fight off Lauren Berg. She will dive on the ball there. That will be the end of the first half. So a decently contested first half there between the Lumberjacks and the Spuds, but the Lumberjacks have nothing to show for it on the scoreboard, as it was 3 goals from Olivia Watson with 1 more from Maria Zanotti, And on the halftime Bell Bank scoreboard, it is your Spuds 4, the Bemidji Lumberjacks 0. We'll be back after the halftime break for more girls soccer action right here on Spuds TV.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere. Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
We welcome you back now for the second half of this girls soccer matchup right here on Spuds TV. We have the Bemidji Lumberjacks against the Moorhead Spuds, two undefeated squads. Bemidji coming in at 3-0-1. Your Spuds at 5-0. And as it has been for most of the year, it was all Spuds in the first half as they were on the board right from the get-go as Maria Zanotti carried into the box. Her left-footed shot got past the goaltender. They were up 1-0 just 52 seconds into the game. And then it was the Olivia Watson show from there as she had 3 goals to close out the half for the Spuds to bring us to our score of 4-0 where we sit now as we open up the second half of play. For a good stretch in that first half, it was a pretty evenly played game. Bemidji and Moorhead trading blow for blow, getting chances on each end for each team. But then Moorhead went through a little spurt there where they had found a couple holes in the Bemidji defense, made their way through, and it extended this lead. And Watson was the beneficiary of those last 3 goals. She found the back of the net on 3 separate occasions there. So evenly played first half, but nothing to show for the Lumberjacks. They start this second half trailing 4-0, and they will look to bounce back and maybe mount a comeback here in the second half. That's Allie Peters there outside the box for the Spuds. That'll be played back to the middle of the field for Olivia Watson. Watson looking for Zanotti, but taken off her feet there by Addie Kelly. Zanotti with the assist on one of those goals for Watson in the first half with a nice long arcing pass over the Bemidji defenders, finding Watson in behind, and Watson beat the goalie then. Caden Sharp with another assist on a Watson goal, kind of a similar play, getting it past the defenders. And Watson there to finish it off again. That'll be the Bemidji goaltender, that is Jody Pemberton, out towards the edge of the box to make the save there. Excuse me, into the game actually will be a new goalie. That is number 35, Kiera Nelson, to start the second half here for the Lumberjacks. So Pemberton, who played in the first half, replaced there by Kiera Nelson. And now along the near sideline, that's Sophia Morin deflected off Haley Clem, and now Maria Zanotti gets it up to Allie Peters, and that'll be off of her feet, taken in by Newbeck. Now along that right sideline there is Isabel Grosby. That'll be out of bounds, and a throw in there for Ellie Feeney. Her throw in will deflect off of Peters and out of bounds. So the Lumberjacks get it right back with a throw in of their own, and a flipping throw in there. But she stepped in bounds while she was attempting that flip throw. Kind of a cool thing to see there. Didn't end up working out for the Lumberjacks. That was Lauren Berg throwing it in. And that ball tapped out of bounds by Grosby. And now Peters will take the throw in. And that ball deflected out. Now roll out of bounds for another Moorhead Spud throw, and Ellie Feeney there to take it. And she'll fire it into Olivia Watson. She gets it over now to Caden Sharp. Sharp passes up to Zanotti, and a touch pass there to Sydney Tweeton as she looks back for Zanotti, but taken away by Newbeck. Now deflected off of Tweeton. She gives off to Allie Peters, and now deflect out to Olivia Watson. Her shot looking for the net, and that'll roll out of bounds. But it was deflected off of a Lumberjack defender, and that will be a Moorhead Dental Associates corner kick for the Spuds. Maria Zanotti there to take it. And Moorhead will set up the corner kick, looking to extend this lead. Zanotti lines up her corner kick and fires it into the box. That will miss everybody. And that will be played off the feet of Sophia Morin out to midfield. Now it's Peyton Ulrich along the near sideline, defended by Summer Carlson. Ulrich looking towards the middle of the field, and Caden Sharp's there to deflect it. Now it's Carlson for the Spuds. Carlson plays it back past Lila Stanley, and now Emily Sukup lines up her kick, and she'll get it out near midfield off the head of Allie Peters, and then played off the head of Blomberg. And now on the near sideline, tapped out of bounds. Excuse me, not out of bounds. There's a Bemidji player there in front of the Moorhead bench. That's Sophia Morin. But now that will end up out of bounds. The Lumberjacks will take a throw in.
These first 5 minutes of the second half, it's just been back and forth play between Bemidji and Moorhead with some great offensive plays and some great defensive plays already.
We've seen Moorhead be in this position a lot, having a big lead at halftime, almost in every single one of their games. They've had at least a 3 or 4 goal lead at the halftime break, and then in the second half being able to just lock it down defensively and bring those midfielders back. And that shot will be on net, but taken in by Emily Sukup. Now it'll be near midfield, and Olivia Watson takes it in. She gives over, looking for Sydney Tweeten. It'll be deflected back to Watson. Now it'll be Watson with it near midfield. Gets past Dickerson, looking for Chloe Strom there. That will be Newbeck there, and she will watch it roll out of bounds for the Lumberjacks, and they will take a goal kick. Emma Newbeck doing that on multiple occasions tonight for the Lumberjacks, having those through balls come through and her chasing them down. That time she just lets it roll out of bounds for a goal kick. So you see Moorhead changes up their alignment a little bit here in the second half. They had Maria Zanatti playing midfield during the first half and Olivia Watson up in that forward position. And they've moved around a little bit here, and now Zanatti taking that forward spot, and Watson, on the other hand, playing a little bit more of midfield. But as you see here, still getting in on the attack. Her left-footed shot in towards the net, and that will trickle out of bounds. A save there by the newly entered goalie, Kiera Nelson. It was off her fingertips, and that rolled out the end line. And so it'll be a Moorhead Dental Associates corner kick off the feet of Olivia Watson.
As you mentioned, there, a great read and a great save by the new goaltender, Kiera Nelson.
So Zanatti will line up the corner kick. As I'd mentioned, they'd change on their alignment with Zanatti moving up to forward and Watson playing midfield. Now more of that position for the Spuds, but I don't think it really matters either way. They're both tremendous players, and they will get on the attack whenever they see necessary up from that midfield spot. Now that'll be played in to the box, taken in by Newbeck, and her pass will be too strong and out of bounds. It's nice to have that luxury for the Moorhead head coach, Marco Campverde. That is his first season here as the head coach for the Spuds. He had previously been an assistant for this Moorhead girls team, but now taking over at the helm this year. He's been blessed with a good team here as they're 5-0, and a coach's dream, not giving up a goal yet and scoring a lot with obviously the state's top two scorers in Zanatti and Watson, and being able to move them around as they're a very flexible team, switching from defense and having midfielders who can get up on the rush and attack and then come back and play defense as well. And that shot will roll in, taken in by goalie Emily Sukup. She will get it out to Watson. Now Chloe Strom. Strom had played a little bit of that attacking position as well in the first half, and now she falls back into more of a midfield role. It'll be Peters and Zanatti up front for the Spuds. Now that's Ellie Feeney's throw-in. That's taken away there by Liberty Dickerson. Deflected off of Allie Peters. Now roll out of bounds for a throw-in. That throw into Lauren Berg will be out of bounds, and another Spud win there. So it'll be Ellie Feeney there to take the throw-in. Now Blomberg back for the Lumberjacks. She'll let it roll out of bounds and take a goal kick for the Lumberjacks. We are 10 minutes in to this second half. Your Spuds still leading 4-0. That's the lead they took into the halftime break. It's been a evenly matched second half here. Similar to what we saw in the first half, but your Spuds able to break through in that first half, and the Lumberjacks hoping it's their turn to break through now, maybe mount a comeback to avoid their first loss on the year. The Lumberjacks will have another tough opponent coming up, as on Thursday they'll return home and take on the Cardinals of Alexandria. They are also another undefeated team in this Central Lakes Conference. As Watson's pass to Zanatti, she tried to tap it right back to her, but the Bemidji defenders are there to take it away. Another nice idea between Watson and Zanotti there, but Bemidji there to sniff it out. Now that pass will roll out of bounds off the feet of Sophia Morin. She was looking for her teammate Peyton Ulrich. Now that'll be played all the way back to Summer Carlson, and she'll give it back to Emily Sukup. Sukup outside the box, she'll give off to Carlson. Carlson makes a move around Morin. That'll be up to Caden Sharp, now to Maria Zanotti. Zanotti defended there. That's Addie Kelly. Now it's Ulrich again along the near sideline, but a nice play there by Caden Sharp, taken off her feet. But Ulrich gets it right back. Now it's Maya Stone. She slips it past Chloe Strom, but Strom gets it back there for the Spuds. And Dickerson and Feeney both race after it. It'll be won by Feeney. And she looks for Watson, but that pass too wide, and now it rolls by Newbeck and Zanotti. Now play to the middle of the field for Olivia Watson. Now it's Allie Peters for the Spuds, but Newbeck comes back, makes the play there for the Lumberjacks, and she will track it down before it exits the end line there and kick it out of bounds for a Spud throw-in.
You'll see that often from this Bemidji defense. They're not wanting to give up any more corner kicks than they have to, so they'll just race after the ball and even just tap it back out on the sidelines instead of letting it go behind the net. And that way they can get a throw-in instead of having a corner kick.
Now it's Maria Zanotti near the middle of the field. Spud's next game will also be against Alexandria, but they will have almost a over a week break there. Not almost over a week break, it will be over a week break for the Spuds as they will play next Tuesday. That game will be in Alexandria as the Cardinals are currently undefeated in this Central Lakes Conference. And they will square off with Bemidji on Thursday up in Bemidji at Chet Anderson Stadium. As the schedule gets a little bit tougher here for the Spuds, but they've been managing these Lumberjacks tonight as they currently lead 4-0. So we play 13 minutes into this second half. Back on now for the Spuds, number 16, Kate Casabud, and number 19, Ella Rice. And back in for the Lumberjacks will be number 12, Emma Wright, number 10, Josie Aitken, number 25, Mara Bitter, and number 11, Anna Wren. So now it's Kate Casabud along the near sideline. Now it'll be kicked out of bounds. And Haley Clem will take the throw in for the Spuds. She'll toss it into a wide open Caden Sharp. Sharp will look upfield, defended there by Blomberg, and now it's off of Peters there. Newbeck takes it for the Lumberjacks, and she taps it out of bounds, and Kate Casabud will take the throw in, and she finds Maria Zanotti in the box. Zanotti looking to make a move, defended there, but flipped out to Kate Casabud. Now on that near sideline again, it'll be tapped out of bounds by Isabel Grosby. Excuse me, that is Ellie Bush for the Lumberjacks. And now that throw-in played into Olivia Watson. Watson, a nifty pass there to Ella Rice. A little bit behind her, though, and Lumberjacks defenders will get it out, and that'll be Emma Wright now. Bemidji looks to counterattack, but Watson plays back there near midfield and gets it right back for the Spuds. She looking for Allie Peters there, defended by Olivia Blomberg. Now Clem will take another throw-in for the Spuds, and she'll get it into Kate Casabud. Casabud dribbling upfield, tapped away there by Ellie Bush. Now Lila Stanley plays it back from her defensive position up to Liberty Dickerson. Now Ellie Feeney up there. She defends Lauren Berg outside the box there. Feeney taps it away from Berg, but she gets it to the middle of the field. That's Maya Stone. Now it's in the box, and Carlson will tap it away with her left foot near midfield to Allie Peters, and now it's on the feet of Maria Zanotti. Zanotti looks to make a move around the defender. Zanotti takes it up that near sideline. Zanotti using her speed to carry it just outside the box. It nears the corner there, and she's defended there by Ellie Bush. So nice play there by Zanotti to get the corner kick for the Spuds. That'll be a Moorhead Dental Associates corner kick taken by Maria Zanotti.
As you mentioned there, great play by Zanotti to realize that she was cornered in that back corner of the Bemidji defensive zone, and just that ability to realize and go along the edge for a corner kick instead of a throw in.
Now that's tapped off of Casabud, off of the football goal post and in behind the net there. I think it was Casabud, it could have been Watson, both of them in the area there off the feet of Maria Zanotti's corner kick. That Moorhead Dental Associates corner kick, and then off the football goal post and in behind the net there. That's just a subtle reminder that there is no football this fall, unfortunately. We'll pick that up in the spring as it's scheduled now, but that's lobbed into the box and picked up there by the new goalie, Kira Nelson, in the second half. But the fall sports unable to play games this fall, actually starting practice today, football and volleyball both being allowed to practice this fall. And those practices starting today, and then in just a few upcoming weeks, the spring sports that had their seasons taken away last year will also be granted practice this fall. So a bit of a silver lining for those teams, but nonetheless, we are playing girls soccer here tonight, and your Spuds leading 4-0. So we have been deadlocked here in the second half as we approach the midpoint of this second half. Your score still reading 4-0 on the Bell Bank scoreboard. Now that's Kate Casabud. She'll get it upfield, but Kira Nelson there to scoop it up for the Lumberjacks. And she'll fire it right out to Ellie Bush. That's Mara Bitter's pass, looking for Lauren Berg, but taken away by Ellie Feeney. Now Berg saves one on the outside of the sideline there, and now fired in by Berg, but taken away by Sukup. So Moorhead's Lila Stanley was just watching it roll out of bounds there, at least she thought, but Lauren Berg swooped in behind her and got it back for the Lumberjacks and created a chance. Now Casabud takes down Ellie Bush there along the near sideline. That'll be a foul on Casabud and a free kick for the Lumberjacks. That was Zanotti looking for a little give and go pass back to Casabud, but it was taken away there by Ellie Bush. A foul on Casabud granted the Lumberjacks the free kick. As we resume play now after that brief timeout for an injured Lumberjack. She appears to be all right. And that'll be Watson near the middle of the field. She plays up looking for Allie Peters, but another nice play there by Kira Nelson, the Lumberjack goaltender there to make the stop.
This showcase there, you can see the aggressiveness of both Kira Nelson and Emily Sukup coming out to the tops of their boxes and grabbing anything that comes in close.
Yeah, Sukup showing off that aggressive mindset tonight. She hasn't really had to do it very often for the Spuds this year. Hasn't really had many chances in near her net, but Bemidji providing some of those chances tonight, and Sukup's been up to the task. It's back onto the field now is number 5, Ella Watsky, number 2, Haley Stordahl, and number 9, Haley Bedford. Now the throw in for the Lumberjacks. They look to see if they can't get something going here in this second half. So we are officially at the halfway point of this second half. We entered the halftime with a Moorhead leading 4-0, and that's where we stand now, is that free kick taken in by Emily Sukup. Another nice play there by her, and now Watson gets it up to Zanotti. Zanotti looks back for Watson. Watson and Zanotti going back and forth there, a tandem that has accounted for all 4 of the Spuds' goals this evening. Zanotti getting that first one, and then Watson with the last 3 for the Spuds, and now nothing doing it so far here in the second half for either team. I'm sure the Spuds content to keep it that way. And now Sukup out. She'll play it off her feet as Ellie Feeney fended off Lauren Berg there. And Sukup just ran out of the box and kicked it out. And that will be a Moorhead throw-in. Now Watsky fighting with Wren along the far sideline. That'll be given up to Maya Stone. Now Lila Stanley had it deflected there. That's Emma Wright on her. And that'll be a throw-in for the Lumberjacks. That's Anna Wren. It's out of bounds. And Feeney will take another throw-in. That pass looking for Mara Bitter, but defended there by Olivia Watson. And Feeney fired it past Watson, and now Bitter sends it back in, and Carlson just to tap it out of bounds there.
As you've just seen, Moorhead's content to just let Bemidji try to do a bunch of hard work and then just tap the ball right back out and give them the corner kick so they can set back up and prevent any more Bemidji chances.
Now Haley Stordahl along the near sideline. She passes up to Maria Zanotti, who quickly taps it over to Olivia Watson. Watson looking again for Zanotti, but taken away by Emma Newbeck. Up the near sideline, that's Maya Stone. She'll find Josie Aitken. Aitken defended there by Haley Clem. Aitken slips it around her, but then again defended by Clem. She fakes the shot, gets by Summer Carlson. Aitken into the box, defended there by Lila Stanley. Her left-footed shot scooped up by Emily Sukup. A lot of nice moves there by Bemidji's Josie Aitken, getting by a few Moorhead defenders, but Emily Sukup there to scoop up that scoring opportunity and keep this clean sheet for the Spuds.
And that's something you don't often see, is Moorhead giving up that kind of chance that close into the net, but Sukup there nonetheless to help out the defense and save a good quality shot from the Bemidji Lumberjacks.
This has definitely been the toughest test for the Spuds so far this year, as we had kind of figured that going into this game, as Bemidji would give them everything they could handle. And although they lead 4-0, no part of it has been easy for the Spuds, and they've had to make several stops on separate occasions against the Lumberjacks. Now that ball roll out of bounds, and Haley Bedford will pick it up. She'll give off to Haley Clem for the throw-in, as she looks for Maria Zanotti. That'll be off her leg and played over to Mara Bitter. Bitter gets it up and defended there by Ellie Feeney. Lauren Berg taps it over to Haley Stordahl, and now Stordahl will get it up to Maria Zanotti. Zanotti looked over for Watson, but taken away there by Liberty Dickerson. Now played out to Caden Sharp. She'll give it back to Lila Stanley, but taken away by Emma Wright. Now it's Lauren Berg up the far sideline, defended there by Ellie Feeney. Berg crosses it in, but that'll be just out of the reach of Josie Aitken. Another nice scoring chance there for the Lumberjacks as Berg crossed it in looking for Aitken, but she couldn't quite get there in time, and it will roll out of bounds, and Moorhead will take the goal kick.
Just as you've seen with those past 2 Bemidji chances, they seem to finally find their stride and just move around. And, well, I shouldn't say finally, because it's been a very well-played game, but in this half, seems like Bemidji has found their stride a little bit more than Moorhead's and start pushing up and getting some quality chances on net.
The chances have been very even this half for both squads. Neither of them being able to find the back of the net yet. Now Watson will let it bounce over the head of Dickerson, and she looks upfield for Zanotti, but a nice defensive play there made by Newbeck. Now Watson is there to defend her, and it will roll out of bounds, deflected off Olivia Watson. Newbeck there for the throw-in for the Lumberjacks. She has played a solid game so far for Bemidji as she's made several stops on plenty of Moorhead Spud chances. She's been there to spoil them, running back from her center position in that Bemidji defense, either tapping out of bounds or, as you saw there, playing it off her head and stopping a Moorhead chance. Now Watson plays it over to Zanotti, and she taps it off to Haley Bedford, and her shot will deflect off a Lumberjack and roll out of bounds. And now Haley Clem will take the throw in. She looks for Watson, plays it off of her head, and now that'll be tapped out of bounds again by Bemidji. And Clem will take another throw in for the Spuds. She throws it into Caden Sharp. Sharp taps by a defender, now looking for Maria Zanotti, and she taps it over to Olivia Watson. Nice play there by Zanotti to get it to Watson, but now intercepted by a Bemidji defender. Now Haley Bedford watches it roll out of bounds, and Lumberjacks will take a throw-in. 13 minutes to play here in this second half from Moorhead High School. Your score still remaining 4-0. With the powerful duo of Zanotti and Watson striking again here for the Spuds. Watson with 3 goals, Zanotti with 1, getting an assist on one of the Watson goals as well. And Caden Sharp the assist on another. Brings us to our 4-0 score. And now that through ball looking for Zanotti, but she'll be ruled offsides.
Moorhead there trying what they have been doing for these past couple of games and send their streaking forwards up as a strong defensive pass will meet them behind the defenders, and they'll end up getting a good chance on net. She was just called offsides there, just jumped the gun a little bit too early.
Liberty Dickerson back to take the free kick for the Jacks. And Haley Clem plays it off her feet now to Newbeck. Emma Newbeck looking upfield. That's Addie Kelly. And that shot will be out of the reach of Emily Sukup. Tipped away by Sukup, actually. And it will result in a corner kick. A nice chance there for the Lumberjacks. When that will be tipped out of bounds by Sukup, a diving save there. And it will be a corner kick for the Lumberjacks, their first of the night.
Again, that great solid performance for Emily Sukup is on full display tonight with numerous saves in the second half and the first half, and that outstretched reaching save there is just an example of one of the many plays she's capable of.
Now that corner kick, a low screamer on the ground, defended there by Watson, and she will tap it out of bounds. Watson showing she can be a versatile player, obviously, as we had mentioned, leading the state in goals, but now dropping back into a midfield spot and playing some more defense this half, making a nice play there. Now a flipping throw-in for Sophia Morin, but Watson there to boot it out to midfield, looking for Maria Zanotti. She tries to get it past Blomberg, and she'll get it back on her feet, defended there by Newbeck. Zanotti makes a move into the box, and that'll be a diving save there by Kiera Nelson. Couple of nice moves by Zanotti to carry it into the box there, but a diving Nelson to make the save to keep this score at 4-0. They'll be played up now along the near sideline to Sydney Bryan, defended by Chloe Strom. Bryan gets it past Strom and now defended by Carlson. Bryan's pass deflected off Carlson. Now she gets it over to Morin. Morin carries it into the box, defended by Carlson and Sharp. That will roll out of bounds. It's Moorhead's Gabby Wolf watching it roll out of bounds there. Now Strom to take the throw in for the Spuds. Taken away there by Liberty Dickerson. Now Watson takes it off the feet of Sophia Morin. Now Newbeck's pass taken away there by Lauren Berg. Now along the far sideline there, kicked in the middle of the box. That's Morin, but saved there by Sukup. So another nice chance there for the Lumberjacks, as Morin was there along the outside of the edge of the box, but Sukup there to make the save. And now Gabby Wolf flips it over to Newbeck for the Lumberjacks, defended there by Zanatti, and it will be Olivia Watson. Watson with a nice pass over to Zanatti. Zanatti in behind the defenders. And her shot will be just wide of the net. And it will be out of bounds for a goal kick. So a rare miss there for Maria Zanatti. She got in past the defenders. What she has been so good at doing this year is finishing around that goaltender. Couldn't do it that time, and it'll be out of bounds for a goal kick. As we approach the 8-minute mark here in this second half. Lauren Berg along the far sideline there. Now Emily Sukup comes out of her net, and she'll tap it out of bounds and give Bemidji a throw-in. Now it's Lauren Berg throwing in for the Lumberjacks. Now carried in. Looking for Emma Wright there, defended by Summer Carlson in towards the net, and Sukup will play it off a hop. Sukup throws it out to Chloe Strom. Strom up the near sideline, defended there by Sophia Morin. Now over to Sydney Bryan. That's Olivia Watson. Her pass deflected there off of Sharp. But Sharp will get it back for the Spuds and give it all the way back to Emily Sukup. Sukup looking for Gabby Wolf. Deflects off of her. Taken there by Dickerson. And now looking for Sydney Bryan. Defended there by Chloe Strom. Strom working towards her own goal line. She'll tap it over to Carlson and gets it right back to Strom. Now it's Sharp up the sideline. Now kicked out of bounds there by Isabel Grosby. Back into the game now for the Spuds is number 3, Allie Peters. She will replace Ella Watsky. Gabby Wolf there for the Spuds. Looks for Olivia Watson. Watson saves it from going out of bounds there near the Moorhead bench. Now plays it upfield, and Newbeck is there for the Lumberjacks, as she has been all day. And Newbeck will play it back. And now it's Ellie Feeney near midfield for the Spuds, and she'll play it back to Chloe Strom. Strom gives back to Sukup. Sukup's pass will be off the mark and be out of bounds for a Lumberjack throw-in.
You see Moorhead's defensive strategy has stayed the same throughout these 5 games for Moorhead. Now they're 6th. If they get the chance, they'll pass it back to Sukup, and she'll use her leg strength and hit it all the way back up to their midfielders, who will in turn hit the streaking forward.
Yeah, Sukup definitely plays a major role not only in the Moorhead defense, but also the Moorhead attacking, as oftentimes a rush will start from the back end there, and she'll either use her hands to throw it out or use her feet to kick it or punt it out near midfield. Make a play for the Spuds. As you said, then the midfielders transferring it up past the defenders to their streaking forwards. It's been a recipe for success so far for the Spuds this year as they currently lead 4-0 under the 5-minute mark here in this second half. Spuds looking to improve to 6-0. Zanotti looking for Peters. Peters plays it around the goaltender, but it will be ruled offsides for the Spuds. So a nice pass there from Zanotti to Peters, but ruled offsides. So it'll be all for naught. And your score will remain at 4-0. Sydney O'Brien now along this near sideline. She gives up to Sophia Morin. Back to Bryan, and now defended there by Summer Carlson. She plays up to Gabby Wolf. Now Carlson there to win it again for the Spuds. But now it'll be back to Kate Martin for the Bemidji Lumberjacks. And now Peters in past the defenders. Newbeck back there to make the play for Lumberjacks and momentarily stop this chance for the Spuds as Zanotti gives over to Gabby Wolf. Now it'll be Chloe Strom off the head of Dickerson. Back out to Strom. Strom will look back for Zanotti, but kicked out there by Blomberg. Now Lauren Berg, defended there by Summer Carlson, and Carlson will slide and knock it over to Chloe Strom, and she will just tap it out of bounds for a Lumberjack throw-in.
Lauren Bergs had a very good game today with multiple streaking chances and beating the Moorhead defenders. Every time she's had it, though, Emily Sukup has been up to the task, so it's been fun to see them duel it out this game.
2 minutes and 30 seconds here in this second half. Now Watson looks upfield. Newbeck again there to make the play, though, for the Lumberjacks. That'll be Bemidji with it up past midfield. That's Kate Martin. She'll give off to Ulrich. Now it's back to Martin outside the box. She'll look for Lauren Berg along the far sideline there. She plays it in the corner. Ellie Feeney there to defend. Now Anna Wren gives off to Dickerson, and it'll be back to Berg. She misplays it and gives off to Feeney. Feeney makes a nifty move there around Berg and gives off to Grace Bernstrom. And so that will be in on net, and Sukup will take it in for the Spuds. Moorhead had some substitutes set to come back into the game, but with just a minute left in the game, they'll be called back to the bench as this one being wrapped up here from Moorhead High School. If you've watched any Moorhead Spud girls soccer games this year or read anything in the paper, you can probably guess how they got their goals. Again, it was Zanotti and Watson doing the scoring for the Spuds as Zanotti was on the board in the first minute of the game with her goal off the left foot and into the top left corner of the net, and then Zanotti assisted on another goal later in the half, as did Caden Sharp, both assisting goals to Olivia Watson. So Watson tacked on the last three for the Spuds to bring our score to 4-0, which appears is where this game will end up. So Bemidji will suffer their first loss on the season. They will drop to 3-1-1 now. They will take on Alexandria on Thursday in Bemidji. And your Spuds again will travel to Alexandria next Tuesday. And they will take on the Cardinals there. As this final whistle blows from Jim Goda Stadium, your Spuds take this one 4-0. Another great defensive game for the Spuds, and carried by Watson and Zanotti doing the scoring. Thank you for joining us tonight on Spuds TV. Later this week, we will have a cross-country recap for you on Friday as there meets on Thursday, and we'll run it down for you on Friday. From all of us here at Spuds TV and for Carter Castoris, I am Riley Swenson.